Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Stella Dean. So today we are going in with a full glam. If something you want to watch, please do keep on watching. Don't forget to subscribe, give your girl a big thumbs up. Without ado, let's go straight into this. So moisturizer, you can use any moisturizer of your choice, but I'm using the PS baby cream. Rubbing this all over my face. I let it dry. Go in with my Zaron primer. After rubbing this, I go in with the Pond's oil control since I produce so much oil all over my face. So I want to cut out those shine, and this does it for me. So for my foundation today, I'm going in with V Beauty foundation. To apply it, I'm using a brush because I want that full glam effect, and using a blending sponge won't give me, so a brush. But to mop it all up, I'm going in with a blending sponge, a damn beauty sponge, to make sure it's all blended. I'm using the Beacham Ageless foundation for my contour, and I'm applying my concealer now, like to get tacky before I reach there. I'm using a brush to contour my face and applying this at the apple of my cheeks. You see, I want that sculptured look, so I'm using this foundation to create shadows, and I'm applying it on my hairline too because I don't want it to look like I have a mask on, and I'm trying to use it to reduce my forehead. You know, I have a bit of forehead, so I'm trying to create an illusion that is not this big. So to clean up those harsh lines, I go in again with the damn beauty sponge. For my I like liquid blush, so I'm going in with that lip palette from Flawless Ivy. I'm using that shade that I showed to apply. So this is the concealer that I used on my forehead. I don't like applying it and leaving it to sit. I like applying it and blending it out immediately. So I'm using that damn beauty sponge. Guys, please, if you don't have a damn beauty sponge as a beginner, please do get one, and get those soft ones too. I'm using this one, is the Zaron one. So for my nose contour, I'm going in with, I mix Flawless foundation and that Beacham foundation to get this for my nose contour. You see, my nose contour is really darker today, unlike the usual, because I want my nose to be snatched. We are going full glam, guys. So I'm taking the time with my nose because I don't want my nose to look somehow. So I go in with a damn beauty sponge. This beauty sponge is a lifesaver to blend out all those harsh lines on my nose. After the nose contour, I can now blend in my under eye area. See, the concealer looks full coverage now, but when I blend it in immediately, it doesn't give me this full coverage, and when I let it sit for a while, so I look upward and I blend. So I went in with my blush since I lost it after all those blending. I went in again with it. I set in my powder immediately and my concealer, my conceal area immediately, because if you don't, it will crease. Promise you this, it will crease if you don't set it immediately. So I set all the areas I conceal. For the rest of my face, I'm using this Flawless Ivy palette. I'm using that to set my contour. I like using my brush for this. So So I'm doing a reverse contour because I want that cheekbone popping. That cheekbone has to pop, guys. So to the brows now, I'm using the spoolie to brush out those powders in my brow area. Then using the Davis number 3 eye pencil, I carve out the outline. Brows really bushy, I need to shape it up again. Then start filling it in from the inner corner, drawing hair-like strands. When I get to the outer corner, I use a sharper pencil to draw hair-like structures on this outer corner. Then I use that Flawless Ivy concealer to conceal the brow bone area. I just like concealing the brow bone areas these days since I've used a contour on the outer part already. I just use concealer on the brow bone area, then use the leftover to just clean out the outer part of the brows. Still on that same concealer, I use it as my eyeshadow base. And if you are doing this makeup, you have to be very careful since you have already applied things on the rest of your face, that the concealer will not mess up the other parts, like maybe your lower eye. Then I set it up immediately, this one immediately, because the eye creases really fast. So I set it up with my setting powder immediately. Then this is the first time in a very long time. Okay, it's been a very long time since I've baked. So this one I was just trying to prevent fallout for the shadow. So I'm using that same Flawless Ivy powder. So I'm starting out with this brown shade to set my contour area first. Then I go in with this orange. Guys, am I the only one that doesn't know what they will do with their eyes until they get to the eyes? Even when they are doing the eyes, they are doing it as they go, like you don't have anything in mind. Then I go in with that brown. To try to deepen the crease area, to deepen the outer eye. You know, when you deepen the outer eye, give the eye depth. Then I use black. I'm very respectful of black because it's really difficult to blend. So I'm always pressing it in. So I go back with that orange, use a wing-like motion to clean it up. Then cutting my concealer. It's been a very long time. Put down, then blink upward. It will stain up, so I will know how to cut, how to follow the line to meet it up there. Cutting my crease, and I say concealer. So I'm just cutting half crease today. I'm not going full blown crease. And I'm using this pink shade from, what was that eyeshadow palette? What's in the eyeshadow? But I'm using this pink shade. So it came out beautifully. I didn't want it to be like this, so I went in with that this thing. I'm trying to make the blend be seamless. Then I go in with this shimmer shade, still on that same palette. I think this is the Jelly palette by V Beauty. Yeah, I'm using my hands to press that glitter. I don't want it too much. I don't want it to overshadow the pink. Then I use the powder with a flat brush to clean out to carve out my under eye area so that shadow will be sharp. And I didn't want to draw any dramatic wing today. And this look was giving me that cat eye. So I went with the vibe. Then I use my pressed powder to dust out this my setting the baking that I was doing, and I'm doing like I'm sweeping the powder. I'm using a sweeping motion to dust it all off. You don't want to mess out. You don't want to mess the whole thing you've worked with. I'm using that orange shade to set my blush. Orange and dark skin never disappoints. I didn't want to use pink again. I used some on my nose to add color. Then I set my under eye area. I didn't know why I didn't apply my lashes first before I spray the setting spray, but guys, apply lash first before you set. That you will not apply lashes when the place is still wet. This is the beginning of my problem. I don't know who sent me to use this lip stain. Oh my goodness, this is where my problem started. It didn't turn out well at all. Then I used this one to blow out my under eye area. Guys, I had to go there like how many times. This is the worst eyeshadow palette I've gotten, and it's from ZKL, the worst. So guys, I later changed my lips. This wasn't giving nothing. So until the next video, bye guys.